AI can write code faster than ever. You can ask it to build an entire dashboard, generate a backend, and even connect a database in seconds. You deploy it, everything looks perfect, and for a moment, it feels like magic. Then, reality hits. Users report issues. Data behaves strangely. Performance drops. Security concerns appear. Suddenly, everyone is asking the same question. How did this pass review? Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. The code didn't fail. The thinking did. Right now, there's a massive misunderstanding about AI and software development. Some people believe AI will replace all developers. Others think AI is just a toy. Both sides are wrong. AI is incredibly good at generating code. But software development isn't about typing lines of code. It's about decisions, trade-offs, context, and consequences. AI doesn't live inside your company. It doesn't understand your users, your deadlines, your legal risks, or what happens when something breaks in production. AI predicts text. Developers predict outcomes. And that difference is becoming more important every single day. Let's start with system thinking and architecture. AI can generate functions endlessly, but it cannot design systems responsibly. It doesn't truly understand when to choose a monolith over microservices, or how scaling decisions today create maintenance problems tomorrow. It gives safe, generic answers because it has no stake in the outcome. A real developer understands constraints, business goals, traffic patterns, team skills, long-term maintenance. Great engineers don't just ask whether something can be built. They ask whether it should be built this way. That mindset separates coders from architects, and architects don't get replaced. Next is product thinking and user experience. Users don't interact with code. They interact with feelings. Confusion, trust, frustration, and satisfaction decide whether a product succeeds or fails. AI doesn't feel any of that. It doesn't understand why one extra click loses users, or why timing matters more than features. Developers translate business goals into human experiences. That role isn't about syntax. It's about empathy and strategy. And that's where real value is created. Then there's performance and debugging. When something is slow, AI gives advice like optimize queries or add caching. That sounds helpful, but it's not a solution. Real performance work requires understanding how browsers render, how databases execute queries, how memory leaks form, and how networks behave under real load. Performance issues hide in places AI can't see. Deep understanding is the difference between guessing and fixing. AI reads documentation. Experienced developers understand systems. Security is where things get truly dangerous. AI-generated code often works, and that's exactly why it's risky. Security issues don't announce themselves. They sit quietly in authorization logic, API responses, configuration files, and edge cases. AI doesn't think like an attacker. It doesn't understand threat models or business impact. One vulnerability can cost millions, destroy trust, and end products overnight. Developers who understand security aren't optional anymore. They're essential. And finally, legacy systems and real-world chaos. Most developers aren't working on clean, brand-new projects. They're dealing with old code bases, missing documentation, strange business rules, and third-party APIs that behave unpredictably. AI struggles in messy environments. It wasn't trained on your company's history. It doesn't know why a strange workaround exists, or what breaks if you remove it. Humans can navigate that chaos. They can reverse engineer behavior, stabilize broken systems, and make theory work in production. So how do you become irreplaceable in an AI-driven world? Stop obsessing over syntax and start learning how systems behave. Build real projects with real constraints. Study system design, even if you're not interviewing. Practice reviewing code, not to criticize, but to understand risk. Use AI as a tool, not a crutch. The best developers don't compete with AI. They direct it. AI is changing software forever. But developers who think, design, protect, and adapt aren't going anywhere. If you want to be one of them, subscribe to this channel. In the next video, I'll break down the biggest mistakes developers make when using AI and how to avoid them. I'll see you there.